walks in, that shot, he scores! Aiden B makes it 1-0 with 6:18 to go in the third, and a 5-on-3 power play goal for the Capitals.
It's time for Oahe Capitals hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Capitals are brought to you by Leisure Palace, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, AGE, Kathy Sunshine Properties, and Dakota Storm Roofing.
Goes back out, there's a shot and they score! A shot from Richard Babcock, I believe it went off Brandon Valley and in, and it was tipped in as Bridger Babcock will get the first of the game, his second of the season.
The Capitals are also brought to you by Beck Motor Company, Fertig Electric, First Fidelity Bank, Xander Auto Parts, State Farm Becky Potsuba Agency, and River Bottom Sanitation.
Here's a 3-on-1 developing for the Capitals. Kitts moving in with Schweitzer. Kitts leaves it back for Dodson. He scores! And Dylan Dodson gives the Caps a 4-3 lead.
The Oahe Capitals are also brought to you by American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, the Boys and Girls Club, Hermanson Orthodontics, Weatherall Roofing, Wagner Auto, and the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. And now for the call, let's head to the booth and the voice of the Oahe Capitals, John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you here to Brandon Valley. The first time the Capitals will play here in Brandon Valley, the first year of their new facility here at Brandon Valley Siteworks, as the Caps will be looking to win their 7th game of the season. They're 6-3 so far on the year after losing last Saturday to the Rushmore Thunder, stopping a 4-game losing streak. They're now trying to start a new one, and they do so against Brandon Valley, who has not won a game, did play last night against Mitchell and lost 7-5 in that first game of the weekend for Brandon Valley, as Mitchell picked up their second win of the season. It was 2 goals for Tripp Stevens, as well as also a goal from Aiden Smith, Justin Peterson, and Eli Honkin. So 5 goals. They were down pretty big in that game, but starting to try not to come back. They were down 6-3 after 2 periods, ended up scoring 2 goals, and they were down 6-1 at one point, or 6-2, excuse me, at one point, and end up scoring 3 of the last 4 goals to get to within 2. But it was the Mitchell Marlins that got the win over the Brandon Valley IceCats, as this matchup, goalie for Brandon Valley and Cole Kleitz, who played yesterday, a guy with an .807 save percentage, still looking for that first win of the season. He has seen a lot of shots throughout the entire season, so he is not uncommon to see him have to make stop after stop, and the Capitals want to be busy in the offensive zone in this contest, because it is going to be a matchup where the Capitals can sustain offensive pressure, that they're really going to like what the outcome of this game to try and get their 7th win of the season. And where everything's kind of at right now in the standings wise, you're not clinching a spot anytime soon to make the playoffs and make the state tournament, but you feel if you can get to those 7, 8 wins, 9 wins, it's going to be really hard for you to finish in that bottom 4, and the Caps then will be back in the state tournament after missing it last year. And that's where the ultimate goal right now is to get to the state tournament and then go win games at that state tournament wherever you're seated. But the goal is to make that state tournament and head into that state tournament with a lot of good momentum. That's still 2 months away from now, and the end of the regular season, all of January, all of February, and then that second weekend of March will be the state tournament. So this is going to be a fun matchup between these 2 teams here at Brandon Valley. And again, this is the first time that the Caps are playing here in Brandon with the new facility that they have, as the boards and the glass and everything has come from the Sioux Falls Stampede. So the glass is a little bit higher around the goalie. So while it's not going to be much higher, but you're going to notice that the glass is a little bit higher and it's more with NHL style that you see, where then the glass shrinks down, where in high school, the rest of the associations, most associations, that glass is pretty even all the way throughout. So a little bit different. That means that puck stays in play a little bit more often than not, than compared to maybe some of the other high school games that you see, especially on shots that maybe miss the net or go off the blocker. It'll stay in play a little bit more than at the Expo Center or any other facility around the state. But everything else, all pretty much the same. And the Caps are looking for their first win here in Brandon and stay unbeaten against the IceCats in their short varsity time. Let's take our first break of the pregame show. We'll come back with more as you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. Always at the guaranteed lowest price.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Hi, this is head coach Landon Badger, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
We welcome you back here inside Brandon Valley Sideworks as it is getting ready for our contest. You listen to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. John Winkler with you on this Saturday evening now as the Capitals take on this Brandon Valley team. The IceCats at 0-7-0-1, and the Capitals at 6-3 coming into this matchup. We got one more break. We got to take it to you now, and we'll come back with the starting lineups puck drop. It's on the way next. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The Boys and Girls Club of the Capital area serves over 250 kids every day, giving them a safe place to go after school where they have fun and engage in learning activities school cannot provide. It is our mission to help every child become the best they can be. You can help children have a great future too by donating or volunteering for the club. For more information, go to vgccaparea.org or call us at 605-224-8699. From all of us here at the club, go Caps!
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Hi, this is Bridger Babcock, captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set here for puck drop between the Oahe Capitals and the Brandon Valley IceCats as they are introducing the junior IceCat of the game, as the starting lineup being announced here for the Oahe Capitals. Asher Vandenbos, Aiden Bowder, and Triton Parmley will be the three starting forwards, along with also Landry Van Rokel and Cooper Beestrom to be the two starting defensemen for the Capitals. And Noah Luking will be between the pipes. Luking with 2 wins, 4.5 goals against average, .805 save percentage. He and Jay Sand each have 2 wins for the Capitals. And then you have both Aftal as well as Eaton having a win as well for the Caps. So 4 different goalies with wins for the Oahe Capitals so far on the season. Brandon Valley, their starting lineup, as looks like it will be Trip Stevens. I'm trying to hear, it's hard to hear the PA from where we're at. We're actually in the corner on the end where the Capitals will be defending twice here tonight. You might have seen me already on the camera on Capital City Rock Sports. But it is a little bit harder to hear the starting lineups and see the starting lineups for the Brandon Valley IceCats. They will be wearing their home white jerseys. Quinn Reinwald will be the starting goalie for the Brandon Valley IceCats. So it'll be a start for Cole Kleitz, who had been the starter for most of the season for this Brandon Valley team. Cole Kleitz to make that clean. Reinwald has started 3 games. This will be his 4th start as we pause for the playing of the national anthem. So we're ready to go here from Brandon Valley as the Hawaii Capitals will be looking for their 7th win of the season. So those starters, it is Trip Stevens, along with also Elias McLades, as well as also number 10, Nolan Swenson. You have number 7, Aiden Smith. And then looking for that 5th guy, number 11, Justin Peterson. So you have Peterson, Swenson, Pyle, Smith, and Stevens with Quinn Reinwald as the starting goalie, who is making his 4th start. He's 0-2 so far. And he had 3rd start, 4th game overall. 10.23 goals against average, 740 save percentage for Reinwald. While Noah Luking's got 2 wins, 4.5 goals against average, 805 save percentage. We're ready to go from Brandon Valley Sideworks. We're ice level calling the game. Camera will be up a little bit higher, but we are underway as the Capitals in Brandon Valley win the opening faceoff. The shot will come in, and a quick save by Luking. We get our first whistle of the contest. That comes with 16:53 to go here in period number 1. So if you look in the corner, you can see me calling the game from where we're ice level for this contest. As this face-off is one, it'll come around here right in front of us. As Asher Vandenbos will tip it out of the zone and a race to it. Justin Peterson will win the race to it. There's a turnover and a shot goes high from Aiden Bowder. A quick turnover and a quick opportunity for a shot for the Capitals on their first offensive possession here of this contest. As Brandon Valley will get the puck out of the zone and into the offensive zone. Andrew Van Rokel will hound the man as Trip Stevens got to the corner. It's picked up on the right wing side for Brandon Valley. And Stevens into the corner again. Backhanded pass was blocked. It'll come to Trenton Parmley, but he can't clear the zone. It's held in at the blue line. Puck will be on the backhand from Stevens to Cooper Beestrom, who will chip and chase himself. And it'll go down for number 10, Nolan Swenson. Brandon Valley moves right back into the offensive zone on the right wing. That shot was blocked. Bouncing puck in front of the net. Picked up by Bridger Babcock. Throws it off the boards. Went off the Capitals. Turned back over. Centering pass was blocked by Cooper Beestrom. And then Babcock will get it out of the zone and race down the offense into the offensive zone. Babcock moves in. Pass comes across. Trying to go back to the feet again. It was the backhand opportunity for the Capitals. And it'll be played up the boards, but not out of the zone momentarily. Held in by Oahe. Brecken Furman will get to the corner and play it around the boards behind the net. Lyle Bonnie and Dylan Donson on the ice. Those three have become pretty good line mates here for the Capitals. Aiden Beam plays it off the boards back ahead for Furman, just a bit too far in front of him. 15-15 to go in the first period. Dylan Donson will intercept a clearing attempt. It's now Furman that will send it back over to Dodson, but that's going to be intercepted. And up the boards it comes, and it'll come free. And Bridger Babcock again trying to hold the zone for the Capitals, and he does. The left wing side, there's a shot on, and that goes wide by Lyle Bonnie. Make that a save for Reinwald. That's his first save of the night. And then Beam will push it into the Capitals bench, and we get a whistle. With 14:52 to go here in period number 1. That face-off will be right at center ice. No score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And the face-off will be won by the Capitals. And it goes all the way back to Landry Van Rokel in the Caps end of the ice. Behind the net of Noah Luking. It is Logan Brown that will send it across ice for Cooper Beestrom. And they'll escape the zone. Beestrom on his backhand got it into the offensive end, but not deep into the zone. This will be held in by Ian Schweitzer, who will cut free of the slot. His shot goes high. Still in play in the corner. It is now passed back out for Van Rokel. He started to lose his balance, but he was able to get it back to Logan Anderson. And Anderson's pass will come over as Logan Brown trying to get a shot away. Out to the blue line, Landry Van Rokel is able to hold it in, and Brandon Valley now will take possession. Send it up the ice, but not far into the neutral zone. And then it'll be slapped across, but it was knocked down by Anderson. Anderson moves in his shot, and a save by Reinwald. And behind the net, it comes for Brandon Valley. 13:54 to go here in the first period. This will be moved up ahead and out of the zone, where now it's grabbed here by Van Rokel. Quickly up ahead, here's Logan Brown that will move into the offensive zone. Brown in with a shot, and that one went just high. Capitals look to center one, but no one there for Oahe, and it's now Brandon Valley back into the offensive zone. Here as Peterson makes a move on his backhand, cuts to the forehand, save is made, rebound is still loose, right around the front of the net. It's kicked away by the Capitals, comes back towards Luking, and it goes wide of the net. It's now grabbed here by Trip Stevens. His shot and a save made. Good job on the right pad by Noah Luking, making his fourth save quickly for the Capitals. Dodson moves it up the end of the ice. Furman blew a tire and couldn't control the puck. And it's moved back to Stevens, but a nice stick from Bonnie. Quick pass to Beam, and up ahead here for Furman. And Furman will break into the offensive zone. Furman moves in. That shot and a save and caught into the glove of Reinwald to get a whistle with 13 minutes to go here in the first period. It is 4-3 in shots in favor of Brandon Valley, and a lot of commotion in front of Noah Luking, who made a couple of good saves and a couple of whacks at it for Brandon Valley that end up pushing it wide in general. And the Caps are able to get out of the zone. Aiden Bowder will take the offensive zone face-off as the Caps will look for an opportunity in the offensive end on the face-off win. As Cooper Beestrom kept it into the offensive zone, pushed it deep to the corner. As it's played on the far side boards. Near side to us, far side to you. It is Bowder. Fan on a shot attempt. Now Beestrom on the left wing point. Battle for the puck. 4 players battling for it, and it comes free, and Brandon Valley gets it out of the zone. Cross-ice pass, that goes off of a body, and it will go in the offensive zone, so there is no icing. Landry Van Rokel will fish it out, move it up the boards for Vandenbos, and it's bounced off of a Brandon Valley player, stayed in the zone. And this will be played back towards the front of the net. Comes to Bowder, and then Beestrom started to lose his edge. He was able to dive to make the play to get the puck out of the zone, where it's Brandon Valley that will pick it back up. And it quickly grabbed here by Beestrom. Moves it up ahead for Triton Parmley. Parmley's pass goes across. Just missed Logan Anderson. Went wide of his stick. 11:55 to go here in the scoreless first period. Backhanded into the zone by Lyndon Pyle. Now Anderson back in the neutral zone for the Capitals. That puck will bounce around right at center ice and eventually swept in by Ian Schweitzer. And Brandon Valley will go back to retrieve it. But the Capitals are there to hound the puck, but it will be moving down the ice right in front of us, and it will turn into an icing, and we get a whistle. With 11:29 left to go here in the first period, rolled all the way down its edge, all the way down the zone. And an offensive zone face-off again here for the Capitals. 11:29 to go here in the first period. Face-off will be to the left of Reinwald. Capitals being outshot right now 4-3. This will be over for Babcock on the face-off win. His shot was blocked. It'll be moved around. And then behind the net, it'll be taken here up ahead. It's now moved back down. Here is now a chance for Beam. That goes across, and now make that Logan Brown. That will pick it up. There's a shot attempt that is broken up, and Brandon Valley will move it up ahead. Here's a quick move in for Peterson. Beam got back defensively, and a good play to hound the puck and keep Peterson from getting a shot away. That shot goes off of a body, and it bounced just wide of the net, off the side of the net. Luking was ready for that pass to come to centering way. This one will miss everybody on the pass attempt, and it'll go back into the neutral zone, and Hudson Keffler will have to go back and retrieve it for Brandon Valley. Bridger Babcock will grab it here for the Caps at his own blue line. Back skates a couple of feet and then sends it down the ice. It was tipped by a Brandon Valley stick, so play will continue. Dodson in the corner. That one missed everybody as it missed Dodson and missed 2 more Capital players and got out of the zone. As the Caps are retreating back to turn it over, Peterson again looking to move into the offensive zone. But it's now Bonnie along with Van Rokel moving into the offensive zone. Backhanded by Van Rokel around to the corner on that far side. It'll come back near side. And on that left wing, Dodson will pick it up, but overskate the puck with 10 minutes to go here in the first period. Now Dodson will cut free. His shot, and that one just missed. And a save was made by Reinwald, I believe. Puck is still around. There's a lot of bodies around where I couldn't see if that puck had gotten to the net or not. It is now Dodson that will grab it again here for the Capitals. His pocket was partially picked, but it's back to Beestrom in his own blue line. His pass goes across, knocked away by a stick of Brandon Valley. Comes right back over to Max Miller, and he'll dump it in wide of the net. And behind the net, Van Rokel, who looked like he was going to go behind the net, turned around and got to the corner. but then couldn't get the puck out of the zone. It's held in by Brandon Valley, and it will be covered up by Luking, and we get a whistle with 9:21 left to go here in the first period. An offensive zone face-off upcoming for the Brandon Valley IceCats. Face-off will be controlled here for Brandon Valley. Trip Stevens on his backhand will send it wide, comes over towards us, and Asher Vandenbos moves up the boards, but out of the zone. McLeodys will move it over for Stevens, make that for Peterson, but unable to connect to him, and Asher Vandenbos will move into the offensive zone with under 9 minutes to go here in the first period. This is pushed up by the IceCats, excuse me, and it will be sent wide of the net by the Capitals, who held it in the zone. From the corner, on the right wing, good give and go. That shot and a save made by Reinwald. That was Vandenbos that took that opportunity. This will be out of the zone by Brandon Valley. Beam will retrieve it in his own blue line, and then turn the puck over as Peterson now on his backhand. Couldn't get a shot away. Bridger Babcock was there to hound the puck. Now that pass will come over and across to the blue line on the left wing side. It is another pass attempt that is broken up by Bowder. He pushed it out of the offensive zone, but is sent right back in by Brandon Valley as they will tag up and get back on side. Logan Anderson carries in the offensive zone for the Capitals. Swings wide, backhanded pass in front of the net. No one was there for the Caps. Anderson got back to the corner to retrieve it. Now it's Brown with a good stick lift and controls the puck. Moves it back off the boards, left wing side of the points. Beestrom comes back to Beestrom, played it off the boards, back down to Anderson, looking to try and center one, still with it. On his backhand, turns it to the net. It was a good thought and opportunity and good patience by Anderson, as this will be iced. He ended up running out of time, but he had really good patience of not forcing the pass and almost got himself into he really did get himself into a good scoring position, but never got the clear shot to take. And Brandon Valley ends up icing the puck anyway. 7:41 left to go here in the first period. And a face-off is won by the Capitals in the offensive zone. On the left wing side, Dodson will pick it up inside the face-off circle. Dodson will swing behind the net on his backhand. Puck was left behind the net. Now Bonnie will grab it here for the Caps. He turns on his forehand in the corner on the left side. His pass goes across here for Van Rokel. His shot got all the way through, and a save made by Ryan Walden. Might have been tipped wide. 7:13 left to go here in the first period. It is make that Bonnie behind the nets. It'll come back out of the zone, and it's Van Rokel that will grab it and send it across here for Beestrom. This will be tipped in by Brecken Furman. Furman will be the first one to get to the puck. A little bit of a reverse hit by Furman as well. And it moves up the boards, and it's now Beestrom that will kick it along. And it's at the blue line where it's going to be held in by the Capitals. Furman has it another time. Furman will turn, looking to try and center one over. His shot was the save made by Reinwald. Out of the zone, and now a one-on-one here for Brandon Valley. Moving in, trying to get around, and it'll come right to Luking, and he'll make the save. As it was Miller that had the opportunity moving in, but couldn't get around the defense of the Capitals, and it just fluttered in on Luking to cover it up, get the whistle. With 6:31 left to go here in the first period. Face-off will be won by the Capitals. Aiden Beam on the backhand moves it around over for Bridger Babcock. Babcock will carry it up and pass it up ahead. It was blocked by Brandon Valley. The IceCats will carry it back into the offensive zone. Peterson moves it over. Here's Stevens with a shot. He scores. Trip Stevens makes it 1-0, his sixth goal of the season. And a great pass by Peterson right on the tape of Stevens, who walked in and got the shot underneath the face-off circle dots and beat Luking glove side. And Brandon Valley will take a 1-0 lead with 6:20 to go here in the first period. So Stevens gets the first one. And Brandon Valley will break the ice to open things up here in the first period. They're looking for their first win of the season. Here is a shot by Furman. That goes off the goalpost. There's a delayed penalty coming up against Brandon Valley. That shot got all the way through. It's at the side of the net and covered up by Reinwald. Somehow was able to cover it up with 6:01 to go here in the first period, but it will be the first penalty of the game for either side. And Brandon Valley will go on the penalty kill. The Capitals have their first Boys and Girls Club power play of the day. We'll get you the full scoring here in just a moment, along with also that penalty as well. Right now they have an unassisted goal for Tripp Stevens. Michelotis is the one that took the penalty. Face-off is won by the Capitals. Their power play, first opportunity on the power play. It is Dodson back at the point, throws it across, over and off the stick of Furman, wide of the net. Beam will grab it into the corner. Try and fight for the puck. On the far side boards. Sent down by Brandon Valley. It was partially blocked by the Capitals, but it did come out of the zone. Now the pass will go across by Dodson. Furman will grab it, races in the offensive zone. His shot got through, and Reinwald makes the save, and we get a whistle with 5:21 left to go here in the first period. Michelotis is in the box for a slash. Came with 6:01 to go in the period. So still a minute, 18 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Capitals. Dodson in the slot trying to find the handle of the puck. It'll come free where it's going to be grabbed by the Capitals and sent back around. That was by Furman. Puck is loose, and then it's slapped down the ice by Brandon Valley. It was off the glove of Dodson. He'll go and retrieve it. Just past his own blue line. Furman, good pass from Dodson. Furman with the shot that's blocked as he entered into the zone. Now here's a breakaway shorthanded for Peterson. Justin Peterson moves in. Save made by Luking. Peterson didn't make a huge amount of moves, and Luking made a great save to keep it 1-0 and back the other way on the power play of the Capitals with 40 seconds remaining. This puck will bounce its way out of the zone, and now another shorthanded breakaway. Peterson again moving in. This time another save by Luking. Makes two great saves on Peterson to keep this a 1-0 game. Back-to-back shorthanded chances. And Luking shuts the door both times. 28 seconds remaining on the power play. 4:28 to go here in the first period. And Brandon Valley with a 1-0 lead. Easily could be 2-0 right now. Face-off is won by Brandon Valley. That shot got redirected and a save made by Luking from the point. Great job by Luking to stay with it. Beastrom will send it across over for Schweitzer. Capitals are in the offensive zone. Final opportunity on this power play. Logan Anderson to the corner. It was fished out by Brandon Valley, not far up the boards. Still looking to pick it up was number 22 and Cody Dorsett. Down to the final second. It is back to 5-on-5 with 3:55 to go here in the first period. Capitals are 0 for 1 in the man advantage. Brandon Valley moving to the offensive zone. There's a shot on it, a save made. That coming from Max Miller. It is now Van Rokel behind the net. He will stop and start, pick up some open ice, moves along to Logan Brown, who couldn't move it around the defense of Brandon Valley, but still is able to poke it along enough. Caps had in the offensive zone for a moment and is quickly back to the neutral zone. Brown will send it down. That will be iced as he was just on the wrong side of the red line with 3:26 to go here in the first period. It'll be an offensive zone face-off upcoming for Brandon Valley. So right now they have Tripp Stevens' unassisted goal for a 1-0 lead. I believe it was Peterson that had the fantastic feed that got Stevens free to get that shot away. Face-off to the left of Luking. And it will be won by the Capitals. 3-on-1 if they hurry into the offensive zone. Parmley for Bowder. Bowder's shot. That one went off of Reinwald, I believe. It was a save for Reinwald. Now back the other way in transition. Here is Peterson moving in. Sends one across. Trying to center one. It was blocked. Michelotis was the one that he was aiming for. Now it's Beam that will push it up the ice for the Capitals again. As the Caps will make a change. Vandenbos and Parmley push it in the offensive zone. Both those guys go for the puck. They're able to slow the puck down and keep it in the zone. Here is Beam now to the corner for Dodson, trying to go give and go to Beam. That was broken up by the IceCats and out of the zone. At his own blue line, Cooper Beastrom sends it to Dodson. Cross ice pass right on the tape, and there's a shot attempt by Parmley. That was blocked. Into the corner it comes. Pushed up the boards on that near side. And Brandon Valley will escape the zone again. Landry Van Rokel will pick it back up. He'll throw it off the boards at center ice. It is grabbed now here by Dodson. That one will be a backhand, and he scores. Hard to see from where we were standing that Dodson got the backhanded shot. It was a little bit of a delayed reaction even from Dodson, and he will score the goal to make it a 1-1 tie with 2:14 left to go here in the first period. So Dodson will pick up his 10th goal of the season, first one for the Caps into double figures in goals. And with 2:14 to go, we are all squared at 1. And a big goal for Dylan Dodson. Van Rokel will get the assist. As for Landry Van Rokel, that will be assist number 3 of the season, 4th point for him. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first period. It is a 1-1 tie. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Dodson cuts free again, centering pass. That one was broken up. It'll be sent back, and Van Rokel will move it back around the boards. Got to the corner on the near side. It is going to be sent back. Dodson. It'll come back up for Beestrom. Didn't have the momentum to get all the way to him, so he stepped up, pinched in, and held the zone. Bonnie in the corner, looking to center one. Furman will pick it up on the back end. He centered one over for Dodson. Then Van Rokel came flying in. His shot was blocked. And now it's going to be picked back up by Beestrom, who will cut free around 3 different IceCats and then hit the crossbar on his shot to almost make it a 2-1 game. 1:10 left to go here in the first period. That puck will make its way out of play. There'll be another offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals. With 1:10 left here in period number 1. It's on the face-off. That'll go wide of the net. It is a shot in close. Reinwald will make the save, and we get a whistle with 58 seconds to go here in the first period. It was Logan Anderson that had that opportunity. Trying to make it a 2-1 game. 15-9 in shots in favor of the Capitals. Face-off again in the offensive zone for Oahe. It'll be won by Brandon Valley. And the first one to the puck out of the zone was Aiden Beam, and 2 different IceCats have lost the stick, but it's still the IceCats that move into the offensive zone. Shot was blocked by Babcock from Pyle. And now it's Schweitzer that will grab it here. And Schweitzer behind the net, head up. His pass, though, is blocked. We're set with a shot that goes wide. It's now going to be Schweitzer that moves it off the boards, and Logan Brown's got an opportunity moving in. Brown in with a shot and a save. Anderson there for the rebound. His shot was blocked. 20 seconds left to go here in the first period. There is now Dodson trying to hold it in the offensive zone. Brandon Valley will get it out. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Beam now with a good move, good toe drag move to move it around one man, but couldn't move it around a second one. And Bridger Babcock will move it up the ice, and that will take it to the end of the first period. A 1-1 tie, the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. As Tripp Stevens got the first goal of the game, Dylan Dodson got the game tied in the last 2 minutes, last 2.5 minutes of that first period. And we are squared at 1 at the end of one period. We'll see if maybe we get Coach Landon Badger. We'll see if we get a quick word with him. We'll maybe try the second period as they're trying to get all the water bottles all taken care of. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our first intermission report. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, or utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Whether you're a first-time buyer looking for a home of your own, or you have an eye on an investment property, First Fidelity Bank has the right mortgage for you. From a vacation home to building your dream house from the ground up. So stop by and get your mortgage loan from us. First Fidelity Bank. First-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hi, this is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is the first intermission report as the White Capitals are tied with the Brandon Valley IceCats at the end of the first 17 minutes. Trip Stevens got the first goal of the game with 6:20 to go in that first period. It was an unassisted goal. I believe it was Justin Peterson that made the pass to him, but right now it's listed as unassisted goal for Trip Stevens. But then with 2:14 to go in that first period, Dylan Dotson got the pass from Landry Van Rokel, a backhanded shot that maybe was more looking for maybe a deflection or looking for maybe a rebound, but Dotson was able to beat Reinwald to get the goal to tie the game up at 1, and that is where he sit through the first 17 minutes. It was Elias Michelatis that had the only penalty of the game so far in that first period with a slashing minor. It was a 2-minute minor that they were able to kill off, and now the Caps 0 for 1 on the power play, but they outshoot Brandon Valley 16-9 in that first period. Noah Luking with 8 saves on 9 shots. It was Reinwald with 15 saves on 16 shots. And we'll see if the Caps can start to put a few more pucks in the nets. And on this attacking side, that's going to be closer to where we're at. As, again, if you're watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports, you probably saw a couple of us that are standing over here. But we are to your right, in the corner on your right. We're broadcasting from here this evening from the Brandon Valley Siteworks place. So it's never have I've gone to the corner before. Aberdeen at the ODI Center used to be in the corner all the time calling the game, but never actually have been in the corner for down low at ice level calling the game. So it's a different look to it, but it's kind of been fun through the first 17 minutes, and hopefully be a lot of fun to see a lot of action on this end of the ice for the Capitals' offensive side on their one-time attacking down on this end. So Caps and Brandon Valley IceCats tied at 1 at the end of 1 period. We'll come back with scores around the state. So there's 3 games going tonight. All 3 are in action right now. We'll tell you all about those coming up in just a little bit. Back After this, you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company. We're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Hi, this is Cooper Beestrom, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, as we look at scores around the state, it is 1-1 here between the Caps and the Brandon Valley IceCats. Two other games going on. The only other two games tonight for varsity action. It is Sioux Center with a 4-2 lead in the first period over Mitchell. Sioux Center looking for their first win in their first 10 games. Landon Finkston, Noam Groenweg, Finkston again, and Chase Lang have all scored for Sioux Center. Caden Schultz and Everett Morrison with a goal as well. So it is a 4-2 in the first period. Yankton has a 3-1 lead over Sioux Falls West. Jack Zinter has the lone goal for Sioux Falls West, who also lost to Yankton 4-1 yesterday. Jason Lachek, Kylan O'Connor, and Jack Peterson all with goals for Yankton as they're looking to go to 2-0 against West in back-to-back days. As they were able to get the win yesterday. And those games yesterday, it was a 4-1 win for Yankton over Sioux Falls West. It was a 7-5 win for Mitchell over Brandon Valley, and that is all that those two games had for boys varsity. There are no girls varsity games this weekend. The next ones will be next week Friday, but no games for girls varsity here this weekend. Take one more break. We'll come back with a second period coming up after this. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you.
The Boys and Girls Club of the capital area serves over 250 kids every day, giving them a safe place to go after school where they have fun and engage in learning activities school cannot provide. It is our mission to help every child become the best they can be. You can help children have a great future too by donating or volunteering for the club. For more information, go to bgccaparea.org or call us at 605-224-8699. From all of us here at the club, go Caps!
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at ferding.com. That's ferding.com.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Hi, this is Dylan Dotson, the captain of the Oahe Capitals, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Well, we welcome you back as we get set for the second period, as the referees making their way out onto the ice to get the goals back in their places. And the second period will get underway here soon. I think they're trying to get something with, nope, everything seems to be okay. Look, maybe they're just getting a couple pucks handed over to them. But we are just about set for the second period. This is the only game of the weekend for the Oahe Capitals. Our next broadcast will be next week, Saturday and Sunday, when Yankton will come to town. And they're potential two wins right now, and they're up 3-1 over Sioux Falls West. And if they hold on to beat West in back-to-back games, that's going to be a major, major weekend for the Capitals taking on the Yankton Bucks on Saturday and Sunday. We'll have both games on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. But that's going to be big hockey games. Even if Sioux Falls West comes back and wins that game, it's going to be big hockey games coming up next Saturday and Sunday. The girls will be off for another weekend. This weekend they're off. Next weekend they'll be off, and they'll get back going 2 Fridays from yesterday as they will take on the Brookings Rangers on a Friday night and then Watertown Lakers on a Saturday afternoon. We'll have those two games, and the Caps boys will be playing Brookings that Saturday night as well. So we'll have that game for you as well on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Reinwald has made 15 saves on 16 shots. It has been 8 saves on 9 shots for Noah Luking. Teams have switched ends. The Capitals will attack from left to right on your radio dial, as it will be the Brandon Valley IceCats from right to left. And Cole Kleitz just skate by the backup goalie in this game for Brandon Valley, and he gave me a finger point. He was looking at all the equipment real quick. Capitals will attack closest to where I'm sitting at. Corbin Beestrom right in the camera. He's on the opposite end of the ice, up as high as possible for the broadcast and as close to center ice as possible. We start 5-on-5 between the Caps and the Brandon Valley IceCats in the second period. We're just about ready to go. And we are underway here in the second. And the Capitals will try and get into the offensive zone quickly. Aiden Smith will move it out of the zone. Comes back to Smith, just past the blue line. Capitals will send it back in. They will tag back up. And behind the net, it'll be sent around by Swenson. Off the boards, glove down by Bridger Babcock. Here's a shot by Bonnie and a quick save made by Reinwald. And an early good look there for Lyle Bonnie with 16:39 left to go here in the first period. And another offensive zone face-off here for the Capitals. Michelotis will take it against Dylan Dodson. It'll be won by Dodson. Brecken Furman leaves it for Bridger Babcock, but it's to be moved away. Now a break potentially for Justin Peterson. Peterson trying to make one more move around Aiden Beam, who got back defensively. And then Dodson was back checking to help move the puck away. And at the blue line, it is going to be pushed back in just past the blue line. So Brandon Valley had to tag back up. And the Capitals will pick up the puck with 16:14 to go here in the second. This is moved along here for the Capitals. Into the offensive zone comes Beam. Beam will circle behind the net. And Beam got tripped up. Penalty will be coming up against Brandon Valley. That pass will be intercepted by Brandon Valley, and we get a whistle. And right where I was standing, Beam went down, and it was an easy look from here, and the easy call for the referee. Smith will get called for the trip, and the Capitals will have the power play with 15:59 to go here in the second period. The second Boys and Girls Club power play of this hockey game for the Caps. Max Miller will take the face-off. Schweitzer for the Capitals. Just wide of Reinwald, and it's sent off the boards. It'll come out of the zone, and the Caps will have to retreat as it's grabbed by Logan Anderson. Anderson pass will come over for Schweitzer. Schweitzer in the offensive zone. He's being pushed away, but he kept possession of the puck. Then Van Rokel keeps the puck in the offensive zone, keeping that clearing attempt the first time from going out. But it will now be moved along here and back into the offensive zone for Cooper Beestrom. Beestrom with a shot, that one went high. Back down, shot wide by Van Rokel. It'll come around the boards to that near side, right at the blue line, and sent all the way down by Brandon Valley. And it will be picked back up, as it will be Luking that will grab it and will tee it up, and the Caps will make their way back up the ice with Logan Anderson. It'll come to the far side, and walking in is Beestrom. He'll fake the pass back. Now Beestrom on his backhand will turn with it. Centers one over for Schweitzer, but can't get a shot away, and then it's sent back down. Beestrom trying to kick it, keep it in the zone. Still 1:02 left to go in the power play for the Capitals as they get the next power play unit on the ice. Beestrom receives the pass behind the net in the corner on the far side. Anderson, he'll turn it over. He left it too far behind Dodson. It is Miller with it. He'll send it back up, and it comes for Keffler. And they'll move it around the boards, but the Caps will grab it back again. 38 seconds to go in the power play. This is going to be off the tape of Bonnie, but it's still grabbed by Dylan Dodson. Dodson carries it in. His pass, he fails on it. Sent down by Swenson all the way down. The Caps will get one more opportunity on this power play. This will be moved all the way up for Bonnie. But it's going to be pushed back around, and the Caps are running out of time on this power play opportunity. And then here's a trip that's coming up, and the Capitals will go back to the power play. 8 seconds to go, but they move in here. It's going to be a pass over, a shot off the crossbar, and kicked in, and it's a goal. Bridger Babcock will score to make it 2-1. And with 4 seconds, it's a power play goal, and the Caps will go back on the power play. I say it was kicked in. It was not a kicking motion by Bridger Babcock, unless the referees are going to talk about this. I don't think they're going to talk about it, but they've got to make the penalty call. It's a power play goal for Bridger Babcock. The Caps will take a 2-1 lead, and they will have the power play again with a full two-minute power play. 14:03 left to go here in the first, to make that the second period. Bridger Babcock gets his first goal of the season. Oh, they're going to say Beam. I thought it was Bridger Babcock that had scored. But the Caps do take a 2-1 lead on American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And still, Swenson back in the penalty box. And it's another power play for the Capitals. They get a full 2-minute power play after just scoring on the power play. So here is back in the offensive zone. Was for a moment. Now it's shorthanded opportunity. That shot was blocked, and the Capitals will go the other way with it. And it's going to be moved along and in the zone for Beam. Beam will turn. His pass over, and that backhand just missed by Furman. Made that quick pass, but unable to get that shot was Furman. It'll come back to Beam on that near side. He'll send it back around. It'll be slapped around the boards on edge, rolls all the way down. 1:10 left to go on the power play for the Capitals. Their third one of the day. They're 1 for 2 so far. And they get this opportunity because they scored on a delayed penalty, but it was on the power play. Here's now Dodson. Good stick handle move. Dodson over, and he just missed Schweitzer. He didn't miss Schweitzer. Schweitzer just missed it. It was a tap and goal for Schweitzer, but right between his legs. He couldn't get the stick on the puck. And it's a near 3-1 lead for the Caps, as they've looked very good in this power play, but just unable to score. Schweitzer will grab it at center ice. Nice move into the offensive zone. Schweitzer with a shot off the glove of Reinwald. Kicked over here to the corner. Whereas Vanden Bosch will move it back up. 23 to go on the power play. Centering one, redirected on net. Reinwald made the save. Logan Brown trying to fight for the puck, and it's now grabbed by Brandon Valley. Pass will come across over. Moving in, Peterson, toe drag move, and that shot was blockered away by Luking. First shot of the period for Brandon Valley. That will take care of the power play. And it's a 2-1 advantage for the Capitals as we go back to 5-on-5. Anderson will flip it in, make that Vanden Bosch that will flip it in. Bounce off the boards and dive pretty quickly. Centering pass, and that one went just high by Logan Brown. Vanden Bosch trying to center one back again. Good move in front. There's a shot. It goes off the crossbar. They say it was not a goal. Logan Anderson thought he had scored. It looked like it went underneath the bar, but I think it went just off the crossbar. And the play will continue. Anderson was celebrating the goal scored, and thankfully the Capitals fans are right over here, so they told him they got to get back in the play. And brother's over here too. Tell him go back and get back to play. This will be sent around. Hudson Kefler. There's a centering pass. There's a one-time slap shot that was blocked by the Capitals. 11:10 remaining here in the second period. Brandon Valley is starting to buzz in the offensive zone, but a shot that was blocked and went wide ends up coming out of the zone as Kefler has to send it back over to the IceCats bench where they're making a change. This was tipped. It will go on net anyway. Kefler behind the net will pick it up. His pass will come up ahead for Harms. And Harms' pass, that was blocked at the blue line. Doesn't matter if it was on or not. The Capitals attack back up. And it's now moved back here for Beam. Beam in. His shot was redirected. A save made coming from Reinwald. And McLotties will pick it up. Bonnie will hound him. Grab the puck for a moment. And it will be moved back out by the Capitals. By the IceCats for the Capitals. This was tipped back into the zone, so no icing. Kefler's pass goes up. It's tipped out by Brandon Valley. Bridger Babcock will pick it up. And it's now Babcock that will move it back into the zone. Babcock waiting, his shot is saved. Rebound is still there, kicked away by Reinwald on the rebound attempt. Here's a shot by Beam that goes high. Off the side of the net. It is going to be caught on the net. They just now look down and realize that I did not start the clock. 10:02 left to go here in the second period. 2-1 our score. Logan Anderson thought he had scored, but just hit the crossbar and stayed out. Face off. It is won by Brandon Valley. Kicked out of the zone by the IceCats. It'll be moved along as you're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Caps with a 2-1 lead on the goals scored, as this will be out of play. We'll get a whistle. Aiden Beam was credited with the goal. I thought it was Bridger Babcock, but I guess maybe my eyes are not as good as I thought they were. But either way, the Capitals did get the goal to make it a 2-1 lead with 9:42 to go in the second period. Face-off will be into the corner for the Capitals. Moved along and back in the offensive zone for Oahe. Brown moves in, centers one over Schweitzer, and that one went off the post after it was a save by Reinwald. Another opportunity for Anderson, but that was broken up. Bouncing puck that skipped over the stick of Dorsett. And it's now going to be moved along. Here is now Schweitzer again. Schweitzer gets tripped up. He goes down. Penalty coming up against Brandon Valley. And the Capitals will go back to the power play. A trip is going to be called. And the Caps will get their fourth power play opportunity of the day. And it's going to be Smith that will go. His second penalty. 4:08. Make that 9:08 remaining in the second period. It is another power play for the Capitals. Aiden Smith's second penalty against. So he's going to be careful the rest of the way. Here is now Beam. He'll wait, he'll move in. That shot goes high off the glass. Right over the glove side of Reinwald. Dodson moves in. Dodson goes back in. Move it over. Pass goes across. Furman with a shot, and that one went wide. Dodson again tried to center one. Furman, it's going to be Bonnie. Picks it back up for Furman. Puck is still loose, and it'll go to the boards on the far side, where Furman will grab it. Leaves it over for Beam. Handcuffed him. Beam will try and fight for the puck at the blue line. It does come out of the zone. And so Beam has to wait, and then it is offside. Beam had tried to, he let the puck go, but had touched it just past the blue line, according to the linesman, so it turned into an offside against the Capitals. 8:30 left to go here in the first, make that the second period. 1:22 to go on the power play. Face-off will be won by the Capitals, kicked in by Bonnie, and back out by Pyle. Pass will come to the far side. It is Bridger Babcock that will grab it. Babcock will start and stop in the corner. Still here in the corner. Furman now with it as he fights off of a check. Here's a shot by Babcock. He was looking for the redirect by Bonnie, but he just missed the tip. Dodson lost the puck, and now going back the other way is Peterson, trying to go 2-on-1. Moves it up ahead. Here is Stevens in, a shot off the goalpost, and it stays out. Now the Capitals have a 3-on-2 if they hurry the other way. It is moved in here from Beam, but he can't get a shot away. Back checking with Stevens after he missed the shot. Stevens was on his knees when the puck just missed him. There's a centering pass to Dodson, but that one was broken up. Went high over the net. Bouncing puck. It was knocked away by Bonnie. And Brandon Valley, who was looking to clear the puck, almost took too much time. Stevens cleared it, but it didn't go down the ice. Brecken Furman carried it back in. Bonnie now, his pass for Dodson misses, and Peterson will move it up the ice with 13 seconds to go in the power play. 7:18 remaining here in the second period. This pass just misses for Bonnie, and now it's Stevens that will wrap it around the boards. It'll be off of Anderson, and now it's going to be the Capitals that will get it back into the offensive zone as we go back to 5-on-5. Dodson with a move, backhander goes wide of the net. On the near side of the boards, Dodson just missed the check. Now Logan Anderson with it behind the net. Gretzky's office centers it back out over for Beestrom, who will dust it off, sends it to the net wide of Reinwald. Capitals still with it. Puck will miss for Anderson. Brown will move it up the boards, but it's turned over. Khalil will intercept it and will move it up ahead. And it's Max Miller carried in the offensive zone. 6:30 left to go in the second period. When off of his stick, the Capitals will have it. And now to be moved along here is now Anderson. Up ahead, and it's pushed along by Logan Brown. This will be off. He looked up, I looked up. Anderson will have the puck now. Anderson keeps the hold of the puck right in front of the slot, and a great save by Reinwald, who got free was Anderson to make that shot. Van Rokel with the shot wide as it went in front of the blue paint. Off the boards, Beestrom, a good job to keep it in the zone. Pass goes across over. Van Rokel still with it. Fans on the first opportunity. Then it's tipped wide by Schweitzer. Comes back to Brown here. We'll send it back across the ice. Bounces off of a body. Now it's Schweitzer that will pick it back up. Went off the referee, and it will come out of the zone. Van Roekel just missed it. It will not be an icing against Brandon Valley with 5:35 left to go here in the second period. This puck will be kicked away. Trip Stevens will have it. His pass will go across. Here's a shot attempt, and Luking made the save. Not a lot of sound came from over there, but we do get a whistle with 5:28 to go here in the second period. Capitals are now 1 for 4 in the power play. 26-11 in shots, which means it's 10-2 in this period in favor of the Capitals, but it's just one goal so far. With 5:28 left to go in the second period. This will go down the ice. Will go far enough for an icing. It does just barely go far enough for an icing with 5:20 remaining in the second period. Dotson almost won the race all the way down there to pick up the puck, but he was a half second short of it before it was iced. Face-off will be to the left of Luking. Peterson and Dotson taking the face-off. It is tied up out to the blue line. It is held in by Brandon Valley. Save is made by Luking, and play will continue. Luking let it go, so now it's Bonnie. They'll try and chip it off the boards. Aiden Smith intercepted it. Now it's moved along by Bridger Babcock. Pushes along, just barely pushed it along, but now it's turned over. Dodson will keep it in the offensive zone. Babcock a centering pass for Bonnie, who fans it a one-timer. Dodson, it's now going to come out of the zone as Brecken Furman will back skate to his own blue line with 4:45 to go in the second period. This is in center ice where it's going to be pushed by Babcock and then sent back by Nolan Swenson, and then down the ice by Stevens. Comes here to the near side. From the corner and behind the net, the Capitals will look to break out. Dylan Dodson. It'll be now here for Furman, who will swing wide. Furman behind the nets. Furman still looking for an opportunity to pass the puck. Furman still with it at the blue line. He's able to hold it in, but then Beestrom had the puck knocked away from him by Max Miller. And it'll come out of the zone, and now it's Lyndon Pyle that will pick it up and carry it in the offensive end. Pyle with the shot save has made. The rebound was a juicy one, but it was out of the zone, or not out of the zone, but it was pushed away by the Capitals. And then it goes into the netting, and we get a whistle. With 3:51 left to go here in period number 2. 2-1 lead for the Capitals of the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Face-off will be controlled here by Brandon Valley behind the net, centered one. Here's another opportunity. The shot went wide. There's 3 shots on goal in the period for Brandon Valley with 3:37 to go in the second. Vanden Bosch, it'll be pushed out, and it's now Triton Parmley. Move it across over, and now it's Van Roekel in his shot. That one went wide, and it will be now Parmley that will pick it up. Parmley back to him. His pass off of a skate. Aiden Bowder will grab it. He'll send it back into the corner. Vanden Bosch will grab it here for the Caps. His pass out to the slot for Van Roekel, the high slot. Van Roekel tried to put it to the net. It was blocked. Van Roekel still within the right side at the point. Vanden Bosch back in the corner. Inside the face-off circle is shot and a save. Rebound is still loose. Now behind the net, Parmley will look to center one. Back over for Vanden Bosch, who pushed it just wide. Out to the blue line, held in by the Capitals. They're buzzing around the offensive zone right now. Center one, and it's going to be pushed in. Asher Vanden Bosch will get the goal to make it a 3-1 lead. And for Asher Vanden Bosch, after it went off of his stick on a backhand, he will get his first goal of the season to make it a 3-1 lead with 2:42 to go here in the second period. Vanden Bosch will get the goal. I believe Parmley will get the Van Roekel will get an assist. I think Parmley should get an assist as well, but it is a 3-1 lead here for the Capitals late in the second period. Here's a pass over. Now it's Babcock. That shot goes off the stick of Reinwald. Out to the blue line. where it's going to be held in by Beam. Logan Anderson, Brown both over there. Now it's Beam again. His shot, that one was blocked, never got all the way through. And it's flipped around by Haas. Does come out of the zone for a moment. Isaac Haas, his pass will go across over for Swenson. It is now Anderson. Starting to move it around, but that one was broken up. As Jordan Montplaisir will move it out of the zone. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. A 3-1 lead for the Capitals. And the goal scored by Asher Vandenbos. Here's Beam that moves in. Hit backhand, he scores! Aiden Beam makes it a 4-1 game as they come over and celebrate right over and right where we're at. And Beam makes it 4-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. His backhand and goal for Aiden Beam. 2 goals in the last minute with 1:45 to go. And the Caps are now starting to really control this hockey game. This will be out back in the offensive zone. That is a pass attempt has broken up. The Capitals still with it though into the offensive end. Dotson falls to the ice. Pick it back up. Jim Netto now has it. This pass out of the blue line. That shot by Beam. Here's now Furman after the save made by Reinwald. Furman with 1:15 to go in the period. Furman will skate, leaves it for Beam. Beam centering pass. Dodson fan on the one-timer. Furman will pick it up. His shot was blocked. Now Stevens with it with 1:03 to go. Diving for it was Beam to try and block the pass. It's for Peterson. His backhand, he scores. Beam dove for the puck as he was trying to get back to try and block it. He did get a piece of it, but it was Peterson that will grab it and put it in. Justin Peterson will get his 8th goal of the season. And Brandon Valley stops the streak of 4 straight goals for the Caps with 58 seconds remaining here in the second period. Now a 4-2 game. And Logan Anderson will get the assists on the Beam goal. Tripp Stevens will have the assist on the Peterson goal. His second point of the night. So it's 4-2 with under 50 seconds to go here in the second period. This will come here to the nearest side. It's out of the zone. Capitals moving ahead. Parmley just offside. Nearly stretched it out to get Parmley a breakaway, but he was just a couple of feet offside. And it will be a neutral zone faceoff with 35.7 remaining here in the second period. Right at center ice on the faceoff. This puck will be grabbed here by Smith. Pass will go across. Lyndon Pyle will move in. And that's a good defensive play by the Capitals. Out ahead for the Caps. Parmley now for Bowder. It comes back over. Van Rokel will send it back up. Pass will go across. And it's now Parmley who tried to keep it in. That one bounced off of Parmley. He put his head down and almost hit his helmet. That will take us to the end of the second period. As it is, no horn went off that time. And that will be the end of the second. I'm not sure why the horn didn't sound with the clock hitting zeros, but it is a 4-2 lead of the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard as the Capitals will get goals in the period. I believe we'll see if that one will get changed at all. Beam gets credit for 2 goals. Asher Vandenbos, Beam did score that last goal to make it a 4-1 game. And then Justin Peterson makes it 4-2 at the end of 2 periods, as we will try and have a conversation with Coach Landon Badger before we take our intermission break. Caps are out shooting Brandon Valley 30-13 through 2 periods, which in that second period it was 14-4. The Caps are able to outshoot the IceCats by 10 through that last 17 minutes. So it is a 4-2 lead with American Family Insurance. Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. We'll try and stall just a little bit here so we can maybe get a word with Coach Landon Badger at the end of 2 periods. He has to walk this way past us to be able to head to the locker room to talk to the guys. But Aiden Beam, Asher Vandenbos will go back and look at the tape. I think it was Bridger Babcock that got the goal, but I could be mistaken. We'll check that to see who it was that got that goal, because it was off of the Capital skater in front of the net that ended up making it a 2-1 lead at the time for the Caps, as they now lead it 4-2 at the end of 2 periods. Coach Badger, he's still having a quick conversation with the referee and talking with one of the linesmen before he starts to make his way over here. We might even just talk to Coach Elliott Life, depending on where it might lead us. But Caps with a 4-2 advantage on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard through 2 periods. And we will get a quick interview with one of the coaches. And it will be Coach Landon Badger. We don't need Coach Mitchell talking on the radio. Coach, you're up 4-2 through 2 periods. Your thoughts here through the first 34 minutes of this hockey game?
I feel like we finally got to find the back of the net a little bit more there in the second period. Overall, the first period, I felt like we did a pretty good job of kind of sustaining the offensive pressure. Just couldn't find the back of the net very often. But you get to that second period, and I don't know what our shots on net were for that second period. 14-4. I mean, we had less shots, but it seemed like there was a lot more quality opportunities, and we weren't jamming ourselves right in front of the crease. We were actually getting ourselves a little bit higher up and getting our opportunities a little bit better. Yeah,
Asher Vandenbos, Aiden Beam score, and another goal that goes in off of a deflection after the first initial save was made. And Beam's goal was a great goal to have, and not take anything from Asher Vandenbos or that first goal that was scored, but it was definitely one that, you got rewarded for all the opportunities that go into the net. Vandenbos, I don't think he was looking when he put that puck towards the front of the net, but you get rewarded when you get those opportunities and you start putting the puck to the net. You get rewarded for it.
Yeah, you said it best actually right there at the beginning of it. You went to the net, and that was the big preach that we talked about in between periods. We stress a lot about our F3 being kind of the high guy and being able to kind of read the play. But if we can't get a guy going to the net and crashing the net, there's no pressure on a goalie. And so that was kind of the main goal. The start of that period, we still weren't doing the best at it, but we were starting to see some glimpses of us trying to put that effort in. And, we put out Bowder, Asher, and Triton. And, their job is to do a good job of wearing a hockey team down, and it's a cherry on top when they find the back of the net. And they owned the offensive pressure there for a good minute. And that was the one that I've cheered about the hardest probably all year so far, because I felt like they worked as a full group all the way through that entire shift, and they were just working the puck in the corner, working the puck high. They'd take their opportunity. If they failed on it, they'd get the puck and they'd start over. And they found the back of the net. Like you said, Asher probably didn't even know that it went in yet, but he was doing a good job of being in the right position, and our guys were doing a good job of forcing pucks into the right spots. And, on the other side, you talked about Beams. He works hard to get down into the offensive zone and get him some opportunities. And that one just stayed on the ice and was able to be the guy to the outside. And that's all that you look for. If you have that compete level, at some point they're going to start to get into the back of the net.
Noah Luking's got 11 saves on 13 shots. Obviously not a lot of shots on goal for Brandon Valley, especially in that second period. But your thoughts on his performance so far?
Yeah, the biggest thing with Noah is that we talk about making sure to make the first save. And, it was an unlucky little bounce, leads to a goal there late in that period. Overall, I was just talking with Brecken and Dylan and Jim on that shift. I said, you guys are actually doing a really good job in the offensive zone. It was just unfortunate. We lose the puck for a second, and we get caught sleeping a little bit. They're kind of trying to cheat their way out a little early, which I don't blame them. You got to do something to try to get back in a game, and just happen to be right out of reach and go down and get a shot on them. But other than that, I feel like Noah's doing a good job for us.
So in third period, adjustments that need to be made, do you need to play back more defensively so they don't get those opportunities, or is it still what you saw in that second period and just really pounding that offensive zone.
Yeah, I think what you just said there at the end is being able to pound the offensive zone and be able to just keep wearing down a hockey team. The moment you play on your heels is the moment that the game becomes a little bit scary, and we don't want that opportunity. We want to be able to go out there and play as hard as we can for the last 17 minutes and just be able to find the back of the net a few more times and kind of get that good feel-good going into the end of the weekend. And yeah.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
That's head coach Landon Badger. Capitals lead 4-2. Back with more of the second dimension report after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
When the whistle blows and the season begins, you need more than skill to stay in the game. From football pads and hockey sticks to golf clubs, bikes, and fishing gear, your equipment is an investment. At State Farm, we help make sure it's protected because accidents happen, bags get stolen, gear gets damaged, and games get rough. With the right coverage, you can get back in action fast.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
The Boys and Girls Club of the capital area serves over 250 kids every day, giving them a safe place to go after school where they have fun and engage in learning activities school cannot provide. It is our mission to help every child become the best they can be. You can help children have a great future too by donating or volunteering for the club. For more information, go to bgccaparea.org or call us at 605-224-8699. From all of us here at the club, go Caps!
Whenever there's a project that will make our community a better place to live, you're right there doing what you can to help. You volunteer because it's your nature to be helpful. All of us at First Fidelity Bank would like to thank you for all you do to make our community a better place to live. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience in their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Hi, this is Captain Ian Beam, and you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is a 4-2 lead at the end of two periods as the Caps have that two-goal lead. They have Aiden Beam credited, but we did go back and check. It is Bridger Babcock that got the goal from Brecken Furman that made it a 2-1 game. That was on the power play, so the Caps end up with another power play. Asher Vandenbos didn't get the power play goal, but he scored with 2:42 left in the period. And then it was Beam that got the goal less than a minute later, right around a minute later. Justin Peterson did score in the final minute to make it 4-2, as Coach Badger said. Just an unfortunate break for the Capitals, who were doing really good in the offensive zone, and then they were trying to break themselves out was Brandon Valley and try and get a odd man rush the other way, and Peterson did score to make it 4-2, but the Caps outshoot Brandon Valley 14-4 in that second period and now lead at 30-13 on the shot chart. 1 for 4 the power play for the Capitals through two periods. We've got another break in the second intermission report coming back after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The puck drops, the crowd roars, and Oahe hockey is in full swing.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to support local hockey all season long. Whether you're hitting the road for work, school, or your next adventure, they've got your automotive needs covered. Stop by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre. Driven by community, powered by you.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Since 1956, Ferding Electric has been serving South Dakota with reliable, safe, efficient, and economical electrical work. Their team of licensed, knowledgeable electricians will help you with all your electrical projects. New construction, rewires, or upgrades, residential, commercial, or agriculture. We know how to get the job done right. The history of Ferding Electric is something to be very proud of, and they work every day to ensure they remain the best electricians in Central South Dakota. Call 224-8684 or visit their website at ferding.com. That's ferding.com.
Looking for a trusted partner in your automotive journey? Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer, is here for all your car buying, service, and repair needs. Whether you're shopping for a new ride, keeping your vehicle running smoothly, or looking for expert advice, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service every step of the way. We offer a wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, along with a service department you can count on. Come down to Beck Motor Company, where your satisfaction is our top priority. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. BeckMotors.com, 605-224-5912.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hi, this is Captain Aiden Bowder, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
We welcome you back. It is a 4-2 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard for the Oahe Capitals over the Brandon Valley IceCats. We got one more break to get you before the third period. That's on the way next. You're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Hi, this is head coach Landon Badger, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
We welcome you back as we are set for the third period between the Oahe Capitals and the Brandon Valley IceCats. We start 5-on-5 in this third period. John Winkler with you on this Saturday night. Corbin Beestrom is running the camera on the other side of the ice from where we are sitting, where I am sitting right now. Emma Thielen, Sydney Carlson back at the station on a Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports on this, again, Saturday evening. Glad you're with us as we will have for you our one and only game of the weekend in the third period right now, as it will be Ian Schweitzer to take the opening face-off of this third period. The Capitals will go from right to left on your radio dial as we are underway. As Cooper Beestrom on the face-off win will throw it over to Logan Anderson. Try to make a toe drag move around, but could not. And now it's going to be Trip Stevens into the offensive zone. Pass comes across, a backhander ends up going wide. Luking had backed his way into the net, but a backhanded shot from Justin Peterson went wide, as this will be no icing down the other end of the ice. Golden opportunity for Brandon Valley to cut the deficit to 1 in the first 20 seconds of the period. Trip Stevens trying to move between three different Capital players. Logan Brown will get to it first in the corner, and now it's Van Rokel that has it, who throws it across ice. Schweitzer not going to be able to get to it in time, as it was behind him, and it turns into an icing with 16:15 to go here in this third period. Next week, Saturday and Sunday, the Yankton Bucks will be in town. We'll have coverage Saturday starting around 5:50 with a 6:15 puck drop. And then they play at 1:15 on Sunday. We'll have that for you on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. Nearly a hand pass against Brandon Valley. This shot from the blue line is caught up high by Luking, and we'll get a whistle with 16:04 to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the right of Luking. Dodson will take it. He will take it against Cody Dorsett. Pushed along by Dodson, grabbed by Furman. Brecken Furman into the offensive zone. On the right wing, he'll stop, pull up. His pass across was blocked, and now it's Brandon Valley back into the defensive zone. Moves in the offensive end, but they do so offside, and we get a whistle with 15:47 to go. And we'll get another quick stoppage. This face-off just outside the Capitals blue line. Late defenseman coming on for Brandon Valley. That face-off right in front of where the camera is at and where Corbin Beestrom is located in the bleachers. Lyle Bonney moves into the offensive zone. That shot and a save made by Ryan Wald, the first shot of this third period from either side. First shot on goal. Luking had made a grab, but it was going high of the net, so it did not count as a shot on goal. Here is now Aiden Beam. He will turn the puck over. Peterson walks right in. Blocker save made by Luking. Peterson was running out of time with the Capitals back checking. Now here is Bonney with a shot, and that one's going to be caught cleanly. No rebound, as Reinwald swallowed it up. And we get a whistle with 15:07 to go here in the third period. Couple big opportunities early on for Brandon Valley to try and make this a one-goal game. Face-off is going to be won by the Capitals. That shot on is blocked by Reinwald on the right pad. Into the corner it comes on the far side. And around it goes to the near side. Capitals will get it back. Fanning on it was Parmley. He'll still keep possession of it and throw it around the boards again. Picked up in the corner of the right wing. Below the goal line right now for the Capitals. Off the boards. Good pass out for Van Rokel. He'll throw it back off the boards to the corner. It's now Anderson that will try and make that. Vandenbosso's trying to cut in. That puck is still loose in the slot and is eventually grabbed by the IceCats and moved down the ice, where it's a nice play from Van Rokel to keep Stevens from picking up the puck. It is Michelotis that will have it. His pass will go across. Swiping at it, the IceCats will keep possession at their own blue line, where that pass goes across, where it's going to be sent back here. Here is Beestrom, moves it up ahead for Parmley. That one will miss everybody. That puck is died right at center ice, right inside the faceoff circle. Now Anderson will cut free. Anderson is backhand. He'll throw it to the net. Save is made. The rebound is still loose. It's back behind the net here for the Capitals. Schweitzer centers one. And somehow a glove save made by Reinwald, denying a goal for the Capitals. That is a big save for Reinwald with 13:46 to go. And well, it was hard for where we're sitting at right here, but he was flashing the leather to make that save to keep it from being a 3-goal lead again for the Capitals. Offensive zone faceoff won by the Caps. That shot was blocked. Still loose as it's picked up in the corner. Anderson will center one for Schweitzer, but it bounced off of his skate. And now the IceCats at center ice move to the offensive end. Lyndon Pyle lost the puck as Max Miller couldn't keep it from Schweitzer. Up ahead for Logan Brown, who will skate to the offensive zone on the left wing. Brown with a shot, and he scores. Logan Brown makes it a 5-2 lead. Again, not much of a celebration, but Logan Brown will get his 6th goal of the season and his 6th game of the year. And the Capitals now lead at 5-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard with 13:18 remaining here in the third period. Brown with his 6th goal of the season. And the Browns, who moved back to town, didn't play the first couple weekends of the regular season. But this being the 10th game of the year, he's played in 6 of those games, and he scored a goal, averaging a goal in each of those 6 games. Here's a shot for the point that will go wide. 3-goal lead again for the Capitals. Their largest today. 12:55 to go here in the third period, excuse me. Here's a shot in front. They score again. Another goal for the Capitals to make it now a 6-2 lead. A turnover behind the nets. And it is Dylan Dotson that will get the goal, his 2nd of the game, and it's now a 6-2 advantage. Unassisted goal for Logan Brown. Dylan Dotson, with 12:48 remaining in the period, makes it a 6-2 lead. Dotson will get the goal from Bonnie and Furman. So first points of the night, and there's another goal that will be scored. The Capitals are scoring at will right now. It's a 7-2 lead. They're scoring faster than I can put it on the score sheet. Dotson looks like he's got the hat trick to make it a 7-2 lead with 12:36 to go. That comes just 12 seconds later. And the Caps now lead it by 5 all of a sudden. Back-to-back goals for Dylan Dotson. And the Caps with a 5-goal lead. One more goal, they put it in run time here early in this third period. This is Trip Stevens that move it back in. It goes on net for Luking to cover it up, and we get a whistle. So it's unassisted goal for Dylan Dotson. Back-to-back goals, two goals, 12 seconds apart. He's now got 12 in the season. And the Caps have got a 5-goal lead, up 7-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. As there is 12:18 remaining here in the third period. This pass is intercepted by Landry Van Rokel. See if the Caps can just continue to pile on right now. It'll go back into the corner behind the nets. It'll be Vandenbosch will pick it up on his backhand. He'll turn to his forehand and throw it back to the corner. This centering pass just misses for Bowder. And now it's Van Rokel who will kick it along. And we'll get to the corner. Trip Stevens. Bouncing puck. It'll be grabbed by Stevens. Comes out of the zone. It was knocked away It was wide of Peterson. Now Peterson will try and keep Ryan Anderson for the puck, but Anderson will take him down. Puck is still behind the net. Peterson will pick it back up. He goes back down to the ice. His pass will come back over into the corner on the wing at the blue line, and it's going to be now picked away by the Capitals, Triton Parmley, and it's going to be a slashing call against the Capitals, I believe, and Triton Parmley. So the Caps will have their first penalty against. That was one of those questions that we started running out of time, so we couldn't ask Coach Badger before we got to that point. But the Caps, that's their first penalty of the game. So the first power play here for Brandon Valley IceCats, and it comes with 11:21 to go in the third period. That's going to help you win a lot of hockey games if you can keep yourself from taking penalties throughout a hockey game. This first penalty against Brandon Valley down by 5. They need this power play. First time in the Hermanson Endodontics penalty kill for the Caps. Trip Stevens on the far side of the boards of the Capitals bench. He'll carry it across the blue line as he was swinging wide. Now he's behind the net. Stevens turns. He had somewhat of a look at a shot, but pass it up. Circles the wagons out back top. And then the Caps will pick up the puck. And it's going to be moved around by Bridger Babcock, but not out of the zone as Peterson will get to it. And we'll send it up to the blue line. Walking in, Pyle with a shot. That's blocked by Babcock. It is now Logan Anderson, and flips it off the glass. But that's settled down by Brandon Valley, and that shot goes up, going high, but into the glove of Luking. He catches, and we get a whistle with 10:30 to go here in the third period. Still 1:10 left on the main advantage for the Brandon Valley IceCats. Cody Dorsett will take the face-off against Aiden Bowder. To get that second penalty kill unit on the ice. Aiden Beam sends it around. Pyle is able to hold it in for a moment. Vandenbos moved it up ahead for Beam and is pushed out of the zone by Vandenbos, who is starting to lose an edge and lose his balance, stayed on his skates. Back in the offensive zone for Peterson. His pass off of his skate comes here off the boards. Beam can't clear it. It's going to be held in by Dorsett. His shot up high on Luking, trying to go real short side. And it missed everybody, missed everything off the glass and all the way back down with 35 seconds to go on the power play. 9:55 left to go in the game. This will be touched along by Brandon Valley into the offensive zone come the IceCats. It'll be behind the net. Smith, who played it back behind the net. His backhand pass comes out top of the point, walked along the line. Shot was blocked by the Cavs. Smith will pick it back up. Bowder blocked that first shot. It'll come into the near side boards. Now back behind the net. And around it comes to the corner where it's Vandenbos that will flip it out of the zone all the way down. And that will take care of the power play. No shots on that power play for Brandon Valley. The only thing that was a couple close chances, but Luking, who made that catch when the puck was going high, so it's not a shot on goal, and the other one missed him. There's a blocker down shot by Luking. It's grabbed here by Miller for Brandon Valley, and now the IceCats again. McLeod passes it over with the center one. It was Mott Plaisir that ended up backhanding it over the top of Luking. Got a net guard that maybe fell on the ice off of somebody. This was tipped and it goes all the way down, so there is no icing. Not sure whose net guard that is. I believe it was a net guard that fell off. 8:35 left to go in the offensive zone for the Capitals, leading by 5, centering pass. They're trying to go to the back door for Dodson, who's already got a hat trick. This puck will come out of the zone by Brandon Valley. And the IceCats will move it along. There's a shot from the blue line. There's a save made that bounces off of Luking, and it went wide of the net. And then it's a centering opportunity off of Luking. Now it goes back over. It was Hortzmeyer that took that opportunity. And then a couple players. One goes down to the ice, Ryan Anderson. Van Rokel moves it along, misses Dodson, but it's going to be grabbed by Furman. And here is Brecken Furman. He'll swing wide. He'll circle behind the net, looking to center. And it's Dodson in with a shot and a save. Might have went off of a body. It did go to the net. And a save was made by Reinwald. This will go down the ice. This will not be an icing. Just didn't have the legs to get there. Anderson slowed down enough where the referee called off the icing. Now here's a turnover. Centering pass and a save by Luking. Rebound was out in front, and the Capitals were able to get to it, and Logan Brown. And now here on the corner, it's Van Rokel up ahead for Brown, who's got a goal. Moves up ahead for Furman, just misses for Furman. And then it's Furman that will intercept the goalie's pass. But he got it behind the nets and couldn't center it back out in front. Furman again, now it's going to be played here. There's a shot by Babcock that will be blocked up, never got to the net. Ryan Anderson will hold it in. His shot got all the way through, and Reinwald will make that save and get the whistle. With 7:05 to go here in the third period. And the Capitals have a 7-2 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Face-off will be to the left of the goalie in Reinwald. This will be won by the Capitals. Babcock with a shot. There's another save made by Reinwald, who has now made 36 saves on 43 shots. They've got 5 shots in the period, which are one more than what they had in Brandon Valley, one more than they had in the second period. The Capitals with 7 shots on goal, make that 13 shots on goal here in this third period already. This pass will come back out. A shot by Anderson. Make that Schmitz. That was blocked up. Centering again out in front, tipped wide by the Capitals. Into the corner it comes. A 5-goal lead for the Oahe. Brown in the corner. 2 different IceCats surrounding him. Still battling for that puck. Gets some help from Anderson. Pass will come across for Schweitzer, but it just missed for him. And then the puck will come out of the zone. And now it's Brandon Valley. On the back end, Pyle trying to move in front and swiping it. And a great job by Luking to come out and swipe the puck away from Pyle, who never got a shot attempt. And that will take care of the threat as the puck goes into the netting and we get a whistle with 6:17 to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the left of Luking. And it is going to be won by the Capitals, but into the corner. 4 players will get tangled up. And it's a shot from the IceCats that will go wide of Luking. Bandit Boss fans on a clearing attempt, but the puck does come out of the zone anyway. Miller picked it up and then skated out of the zone. Aiden Smith will send it back around. It'll be to the far side corner where it's Beestrom that will pick it up. Flipped it high out to center ice. It will be offside as it was caught on the wrong side of the blue line and then pushed back across and set back down across. So we get a whistle with 5:52 left to go here in the third period. Stay tuned for the post-game show coming up. Once we're done here, we will talk with Coach Badger before we get off the air this evening. We'll get his final thoughts on might most likely be a win. Is this another offside against the Capitals? With 5:47 to go here in the third period. Caps are looking to go to 7-3 on the season. Yankton will be a tough test. They swept Sioux Falls West this weekend, once at home today, and then once on the road last night, scoring 4 goals against West in both games, a 4-1 win and a 4-2 win. 5:35 left to go in this one with a 7-2 lead for the Capitals. This will be an opportunity. Swipe to the net by Bonnie. Puck is still loose. That shot, that will go into the glove of Reinwald. I believe it was Dotson that got that opportunity, looking for his 4th goal. 5:28 left to go here in the third. Still 7-2 lead for the Oahe Capitals on American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Face-off will be won by Brandon Valley. Not out of the zone. There's a shot attempt that is broken up. There's Furman. Got to the corner. Now it comes back to Bonnie. Bonnie will send it over. That one was caught by Dodson. He'll turn it his forehand as he's backpedaling to the wall. Backdoor feed to Furman. Pushed it wide of the net. And he'll come back around and out of the zone it comes. And a good job by Beam with Miller going in front of him. He stopped and started. His shot was blocked. Now Furman will try and send it back to the net. It was going over the top of the goalie Reinwald, who lifted his glove up, made the catch. We get a whistle with 4:48 to go here in the third period. Again, next Saturday is our next hockey broadcast, as the Capitals will take on the Yankton Bucks in what should be Really good contest. Here's a shot that will go wide. That one coming from Jet Kirschenman. Caden Walti, it's going to be a penalty coming up against the Caps. It'll be their second penalty of the hockey game with 4:35 left to go. And it is going to be Walti that will go off. And it is a hook against Caden Walti. 4:35 left to go here in the third period. Second power play now for the IceCats. Hermanson Endodonics penalty kill. Face-off will be won by Brandon Valley, and the IceCats will move it here to the near side. Pyle, he'll wait that shot. That one's off the stick in the pad of Noah Luking. Makes his 18th save on the 20th shot of the game for Brandon Valley. Here's an opportunity for Trip Stevens. Plays it back to the point. Now back to Stevens again on the near side. Cross-ice pass. They score underneath the bar and in for Justin Peterson to make it a 7-3 game with 4:08 to go here in the third period. And Peterson's got his second and his 9th goal of the season. And cuts the deficit to 4. And Brandon Valley on the power play might be too little too late, but the Caps got to make sure that they play these next 4 minutes out. Well, it is a 4-goal game. They can't get lazy with the puck, and not that they were there, but an offensive zone penalty for the Capitals turns into a goal scored by the IceCats the other way. Peterson will get it from Stevens and Miller. So it is 7-3 with 3:55 to go here in the third period. This is Brandon Valley moving up into the neutral zone, into the offensive end. It'll be behind the nets. Logan Anderson will pick it up. He'll move it up to the blue line. It's held in by the IceCats. Stevens starts to carry it in. There's a shot attempt and a big save by Luking. Trip Stevens somehow got that shot away. And that's a big save by Luking, because all of a sudden it could have been a 7-4 game with 3.5 minutes to go. And while Brandon Valley needs to score goals every minute from here on out to try and get tied up, that would have done it to keep them in the same spot to try and tie the hockey game up. Even though it's a 4-goal game, we've still got 3.5 minutes to go, and the Caps have to be good defensively. Bridger Babcock will skate behind his own net to pick up the puck. He'll send it up the boards, tipped along by Vanden Boss, but that's going to be intercepted. There's a shot attempt and a save made by Luking on the right pad. Centered back out in front. Another wind-up shot that will go high. Everybody ducked on that slap shot by Pyle. It'll come back to Pyle. I think that, it was Pyle that took that opportunity. Schmitz will play to the boards, but not out of the zone. Pyle will tip it for Stevens, and then Trip Stevens behind the net. He'll stop and start into the corner. Got to his forehand, turned to his backhand, and he tried to step through 2 different Capitals players and end up going down to the ice, getting checked to the ice. This will be ice by Oahe. Well, they're going to wave it off, or maybe didn't get all the way down there. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Capitals still lead it by 4. This will be offside, and we get a whistle with the 2:33 left to go here in the third period. And we'll have a post-game show that we'll talk with Coach Landon Badger after the Caps finish off this contest. And with 2.5 minutes remaining, looking like they're going to win here tonight against the Brandon Valley IceCats. Remain unbeaten against them in their varsity history. Brandon Valley will fall to 0-8-1, and the Capitals will move to 7-3. 10 games into a 22-game season. There's a shot that is going to be saved by Luking, who will put that over the top of the netting, make his way towards that concession stand. We didn't get any pucks. We got one puck that fell down, but must have been stuck, because when the Caps are celebrating their goal right in front of us, one of the pucks fell down right to the left of all my equipment. 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Caps in the offensive zone. This will be skated around by Dotson, who will cut free. Then he blew a tire. And he centered a pass that missed for everybody, but it's still grabbed by Beam. His backhanded pass comes out in front, but Caps can't get a shot away. And now it's Brandon Valley back in the neutral zone. Pushed around. That one coming from Ryler Harms. Beam in the corner. Skates away from Harms. Moves up ahead, and now here's a breakaway for Furman. Furman in, and he will score to make it an 8-3 lead. A full breakaway for Furman. A great pass by Beam to Furman. And he makes it an 8-3 score. And the Caps are up by 5 once again. And for Brecken Furman, 6th goal of the season. Made a nice move around. A little bit hard to see again from where the vantage point was at. But it was a great shot by Furman. He'll get the assist to Aiden Beam, who sprung him free. With 1 minute to go here in the third period. It is Ryan Anderson with the puck in the corner, along with Jet Kirschenman. 5 players are battling for the puck. Puck, it comes free. The backhand out of the zone by the Capitals after the save was made by Luking. And then coming out of the net somewhat was Reinwald, but didn't make a decision on either playing it or not playing the puck. Here's a shot that will be off the blocker of Luking. 30 seconds left to go here in the third period. So the Caps up by 5 will end up picking up the win here this evening against Brandon Valley. Moved to 7-3 on the season. Line up a showdown against Yankton coming up Saturday and Sunday next weekend. Swenson will move it. It'll be pushed in wide of Luking. It's on the side of the net. 7 seconds left to go. Schmitz will move it around. It'll be Jim Netto up ahead for Kirschenman. Try to get it to wall time, but that will take care of the hockey game. And the Capitals will win it 8-3 on American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Out shooting Brandon Valley 45-25 in the contest. 7-3 now for the Capitals. 8-3 win tonight. We'll take a break and we'll come back to the post-game show. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The Boys and Girls Club of the Capital Area serves over 250 kids every day, giving them a safe place to go after school where they have fun and engage in learning activities school cannot provide. It is our mission to help every child become the best they can be. You can help children have a great future too by donating or volunteering for the club. For more information, go to bgccaparea.org or call us at 605-224-8699. From all of us here at the club, go Caps.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
When you bank with First Fidelity, we reinvest your deposit right back into our community. We make loans to local families, farms, and small businesses. Community reinvestment is one of our basic purposes. It's vital to the local economy. It also helps grow our community. Stop by one of our branches today. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Hi, this is Bridger Babcock, captain of the Hawaii Capitals, and you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back into the post-game show, the Hawaii Capitals will win it 8-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard as we are joined here by Coach Landon Badger. Coach, your thoughts on the win here tonight for the Caps?
It was a good win for us. I mean, I felt like we all moved the puck well from our first shift to our last one, and so it was a really good thing to see, and got a lot of compliments actually even from our refs about how they felt like we started to move the puck, which is always good to hear. We want to be able to hear that from everyone. So.
Well, one of the things, too, about, not so much about referees, but the fact that you guys took just 2 penalties in the game, and you were 2 periods of clean hockey without any penalties against, and then you end up with the 2 in that third period. But relatively clean game, and obviously, the second one, you guys were up by 5 at that point. But really, being able to stay on the penalty box, how much that it helps every team, and how much it helps the Capitals stay on the penalty box.
Yeah, we've stressed it a lot. I mean, we've always said that we're one of the best 5-on-5 hockey teams, and when we have to play 5-on-4 or 4-on-5, we're really not as good. And I mean, it's a thing that you don't really want to get down about, but it is a big thing to keep kind of highlighted. I mean, if we can play 5-on-5, we're gonna be a really competitive team from our first group to our last group. And if we have to start to make an adjustment because we go into the box a little bit more, then we've got to start to work on that. But yeah, it was definitely a kind of nice thing to stay out of that. And I mean, we got kind of just a weaker one towards the end, but it's a penalty. I mean, we take a hook and they go and they capitalize on that. And if that's a big game, that really hurts. But we can kind of brush that one off on this. But for some of those younger guys, I mean, that's kind of their opportunities to get into the game, and we got to make sure that we're staying disciplined there. And then when we are in a penalty kill situation there, what are we doing? Are we doing our job, or are we just kind of leaving guys open? And I know that there's an extra guy out there, but are we in the right spots or not?
Dylan Dodson gets a hat trick. He scored 2 goals, 12 seconds apart in that third period. And then you get Cooper Beestrom that got that goal. I thought it was Brecken Furman, but it was Beestrom on the breakaway goal. Right? Or
that was Brecken.
That was Brecken. Okay, they changed it to Cooper Beestrom. But
it was okay. Yeah, it was supposed to be Cooper to beam to Brecken.
Okay.
It was a really good puck movement one.
Right. But you get that goal at the end, and you get those goals, and again, the game at that point kind of out of reach, but really good job of those guys still pushing the offense and still pushing the pressure and being able to get those goals in that third period.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we stressed it a lot about stretching out the ice and being able to play the entire distance of the ice and not just cramming ourselves all into one zone. And they did a really good job in that third period, and that's where you kind of see that games start to get a little bit more unbalanced, where we're kind of taking the lead and being able to kind of dominate a little bit more in that period. And, we talked about it after the second. Like, I felt like we played a really good game those first 2 periods, and I felt like we played a really good game in the third period. And, we have some unfortunate goals go in, and like I said with the penalty kill one, you can brush those off in this game, but they are important when it comes down to those kind of top 3-4 teams, and how are you responding to all that? Because you don't normally win against Rushmore or a Brookings or a Sioux Falls team 8-3 or 8-4 or anything. You got to kind of battle it out in a 3-4 game, and so how do you respond to all those?
Well, you get Yankton coming up next, and they just beat Sioux Falls West on Friday and Saturday with a 4-1 win yesterday, 4-2 win today. That's a big matchup, and for Yankton, they're still building, they're still going up from where they have started. They're still going up from last year's, even their first state tournament appearance. It's a big matchup coming up at home, and and how important is it to win today, and what you guys were able to do can help lead into then getting wins against Yankton next weekend?
It can gain a lot of momentum. I would really compare us to Yankton hockey team as far as the style of play and kind of the type of unit that they have to ours. They've got a really good goalie. I think that the Luke kid does a heck of a job back there and really keeps them in those big games. And they really do a good job of spreading out on the ice too, and really using the entire defensive zone, neutral zone together instead of just one at a time. And that's what we look to try to do as well. And I would say that we started to kind of figure that out here in that third period, late in the second period, and we'll continue to press on that going into next week, and we'll be able to get some good film off of this and be able to kind of learn from the pros and cons of doing it and what it can lead to for success. And we'll also go and look at some of that Yankton footage, because I watched the entire game last night against Sioux Falls West, and man, they did a really good job with those 50-50 battles, and they did a really good job of finding those guys up ice and gaining that momentum, and not just kind of always holding up and waiting for others. They just kind of went and go in little spurts, and it kept them in those hockey games.
Real quick here before we let you go, one last question. You mentioned the Yankton goalie, but our goalie, Noah Luking, with the win, and your thoughts on him getting the win here this evening?
Yeah, it's a great win for Noah. He's a young goalie, and he's only gotten so many opportunities in a varsity game, and he's going to keep getting more and more comfortable. I think that's the biggest stress that we keep talking with all of our goalies, is when you get your opportunities, get more comfortable in the game. Find a way to kind of own that crease and dominate that crease, and don't play too protective, don't play too far back. And you'll see it every once in a while where kind of that young side comes out, and you'll see them fall back a little bit on their heels and stuff. And it's just about how do you capitalize and make the most out of your next save. He lets in actually he doesn't even let one in, but early in that period, he basically falls back into his net. Yeah. And kind of you could see that he was a little timid for a second after that. We tell one of our captains, go out there, give him a little pep talk, tell him to start working to the top of his crease again, be confident out there. And he ends up saving the captain that kind of makes a mistake and gets a breakaway on him, and kind of saved him for that. And so that's the thing, is you kind of lean on those goalies to be able to have those big saves, and he did a really good job to respond on it.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next Saturday back at the Expo Center against Yankton.
Thank you very much.
That is head coach Landon Badger, as the Caps will win it 8-3 here this evening over the Brandon Valley IceCats, as that will wrap things up for us. Hey, real quick before it does wrap things up, before we let you go, get your Chase the Ace tickets in. OHA Chase the Ace Venmo. So it is. The pot is $148,000 right now, so $10 per ticket. You get a couple bonuses depending on how much you spend, and so get your tickets in. Thursday is the drawing, and there's only 2 opportunities left. There's only 2 weeks that you can do it. This could be the final week, and if it's not next week's final week. So if your name is drawn, you got a 50-50 shot of taking home the whole pot. So make sure you get your Chase the Ace tickets in for this weekend. I meant to mention that before we got to this point, but got it in before the end of the broadcast at least. Capitals with an 8-3 win. Want to say thanks to Corbin Beecher, who ran the camera for us. Also thanks to Emma Thielen and Sydney Carlson back at the station. John Winkler wrapping things up here from the Brandon Valley Sightworks. An 8-3 win for the Caps over the Brandon Valley IceCats, as we say so long from Brandon Valley.
You've been listening to the Oahe Capitals on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Capitals are brought to you by Leisure Palace, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, AGE, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Dakota Storm Roofing, Beck Motor Company, Birding Electric, First Fidelity Bank, Xander Auto Parts, State Farm Becky Pottsba Agency, River Bottom Sanitation, the Boys and Girls Club, Hermanson Orthodontics, Weatherall Roofing, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency. Join us all season for more Capitals hockey here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports.